Today, I want to tell you a story. And this one isn't about numbers or big data points, but about something deeply, deeply human. What it's like to navigate one of the toughest jobs life can hand you. We're talking about being an executor and how just a little bit of clarity, a little bit of light can make all the difference when you're surrounded by the noise of grief and responsibility.
And isn't that just how it goes? You know, the second you take on a formal role like this, it feels like someone turns the volume knob on the entire world all the way up. For the person at the center of our story, Elise, this was her new reality, and it hit her fast.
Because all of a sudden, everybody has an opinion. The voices just come at you from all sides. Siblings, cousins, even friends who mean well. Or maybe they don't. You know, people who maybe haven't called in years are suddenly very, very invested, and Elise is right in the middle of it.
And the advice? It's never straightforward, is it? It's just this tangled mess of demands that all contradict each other. We have to sell for the highest price. No, we have to sell now. And then, of course, there's the ultimate trump card in every argument, that really emotional, impossible-to-prove claim about what their dad would have wanted. Elise was just stuck, trying to navigate it all.
I love this line. Think about that for a second. The keys to the house, they're not just metal anymore. They're a burden. They feel sharp, heavy, awkward in her hand. It's a constant physical reminder of this weight she's carrying. It's a responsibility that feels like it could actually cut you.
And then, right in the middle of all that chaos, there's this quiet little moment of discovery. You know, it's usually in those times, when we finally step away from all the noise, that we find what we've really been looking for. Just a simple, forgotten thing her dad had bought for a trip he never got to take.
And tucked inside was this note. And right here, this is the whole story's turning point. Notice the advice isn't about what to do. It's about the how. It's a plea for process, for having a real reason behind her actions. Her dad was essentially telling her, find a path you can stand by, one you can actually defend, not just one that will shut everyone up for 5 minutes.
And this is where everything starts to change for Elise. She realizes she doesn't need more opinions. She needs illumination. That little paper lantern becomes her new guiding star. She needs light, not more heat. She needs facts, she needs documentation, and she needs a quiet, calm process that can speak for itself.
So with this new mindset, she takes action. She goes out and finds professionals who actually get it, who understand the incredibly vulnerable spot she's in. And they don't offer her more opinions. They offer her something called an executor-safe route, a documented, professional path designed specifically to protect her from all this chaos.
And wow, what a question, right? It just completely reframes the entire problem. This isn't just about selling a house for the most money. It's a very human process about making sure the people involved, the family, and just as importantly, Elise herself, can walk away feeling okay, feeling at peace with the outcome.
Her answer just gets right to the heart of it. It's not just about her duty to her family. It's also about her duty to herself, to her own conscience. She needed a way forward that would let her sleep at night knowing she did the right thing. Both of those things, her family and her conscience, needed to be protected.
And this is what they gave her. Not some huge 50-page report full of jargon, but something incredibly simple and clear, a one-page decision map. This was the tool that finally gave her the illumination she was looking for, designed to make the options clear and understandable for absolutely everyone. And look at how it's structured. It's so clear, 3 different options, and for each one they laid out the steps, and crucially, they also laid out the risks. The point wasn't to pretend there was some perfect magical solution. The point was to choose the best path forward with your eyes wide open to every possible outcome.
And here it is. This is the big moment in the story. Remember all that loudness and shouting from the beginning? It's just gone. And why? Because opinions and emotional arguments, they just can't stand up to a documented, logical, impartial plan. That piece of paper did all the talking for her.
This slide really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On one side, you have the mess she started in, what you could call grief as warfare. And on the other, you see where her new approach led, clarity, which created a dignified process. It's just a powerful reminder that while you can't get rid of grief, you can stop it from turning into a war that tears a family apart. So the final resolution had these 3 key things that really gave it that sense of dignity. It was professional, handled by lawyers, taking the weight off her shoulders. It was predictable, which lowered the anxiety for everybody. And it was private, which, respected the family's loss and kept it from becoming some kind of public spectacle.
And this, right here, is why this whole thing matters so much. The process they chose allowed her to truly honor her father's memory,
What could have been a cold, awful, stressful transaction was transformed into a final, respectful act of care.
And so the story comes full circle. That paper lantern, which started as just a forgotten kit in a drawer, finally gets to serve its purpose. It's this beautiful symbol of the clarity she found, the quiet confidence she earned, and the peace she was able to bring to a really, really hard situation.
In the end, that was the real achievement. It wasn't about the final sales price or how fast they closed. It was about the character of the process. She didn't just get the job done, she did it honorably.
So this story really leaves all of us with a question that goes way beyond being an executor. In any situation that's just full of loud opinions and high emotions, maybe the path forward isn't found by listening to more and more voices, but by stopping and seeking your own illumination. Finding a defensible process, a clear map. It's definitely something to think about.